Well, hello everybody and welcome to the Ultimissile channel and today's follow-up video on the Bridgeport conundrum. Well, to kind of summarize things from the onset, finally got the motor back, got it rewound properly. So at this point I would like to send out a big thank you to the outfit that did the work, which is Friedrich Electric in Bad König. And they sent their tech out to, they did the initial rewind, and they just rewound it the way they received it, so to speak. And to be honest with you, I would have done the same thing. So I can't fault anybody for that mistake. But anyway, they sent their tech up, and he measured the draw of amperage that the motor was drawing, and found out that it was drawing, I think, like 11 amps per phase or something like that, and it should have been less than half that. So around 5 would have been the max. And so they took it back, and then I showed them a comparable motor that has a different setup. Now, the reason I'm saying this is because the biggest thank you of all goes to dynoguy over in the UK, who requested some pictures of the whole thing, and I sent him over, and he nailed it right off the get-go. He's like, yeah, there's a whole connection group missing in the switch box there. So they rewound it, got it back to original condition, and then also what happened is the tech counted the wraps in each coil in the field winding, and again, did the same thing, counted the wraps and put that many back in. And he was sitting there scratching his head, and he told me about this, why there was still room left in the grooves where the coil windings go into. And so he put in more windings, more wraps in each winding, and I think he said he used a slightly thinner wire, a smaller gauge wire, which, from my understanding of physics, now I'm not an electrician, so any of you guys with deeper electrical knowledge, correct me if I'm wrong on this, but the way I understand it, from physics class in school, that, the thinner a wire is, the higher the resistance, which means more heat. But in this kind of thing, it's kind of the opposite. Why it is, who knows? Motors and electric, it goes over my head. So anyway, I'd also like to say a big thank you to other YouTubers at this point. Tom Lipton for taking a look at this and throwing his 2 cents worth in. Also Keith Fenner, he kind of shared the same opinion that maybe the wire gauge was a little too thin. But that turned out to be, not the cause of my issue here. And then also another big thank you to Keith Rucker, who also took a look at it. And we had a little bit of an email dialogue back and forth and tried to figure it out. And he was, granted, these, all put together, it didn't, result in any major findings. But, when dynoguy put his 2 cents worth in, that's what nailed it, and so we got it back together the way it should be. So anyway, I also found out my brother, I'd like to thank my brother especially because he did an AI search of the internet and found some data on this motor that I thought was pretty interesting. Now this SC TEFC designator on the type designator, it's kind of a generic term. This is what the AI search found out. So SC stands for squirrel cage, TE is totally enclosed, and FC is fan cooled. So this is a motor that can withstand some minor splashes because it's subjected to coolant splashes every now and then. And so it has to be sealed in order to prevent water from entering the case and shorten something out. So that's the reason this thing is designated that SCTEFC. So, and it applies also to other motors manufactured in the UK. So it's not unique to this motor, come to find out, you know, because I did some extensive searches on, you know, trying to figure out, you know, is this motor something special? Is it, you know, what's going on with it? You know, and it is a special motor. It's specifically built for this machine. It's not built for anything else. I tried finding one, a used one. 20 years ago, they were a dime a dozen. Now there's none left. The few that are still in existence are already built on machines, you know, Bridgeport machines, and I don't need another Bridgeport. I just needed another motor. So kind of stuck there. But anyway, yeah, we got it figured out and got it working again. It still gets warm, but it's supposed to get warm. When motors are working, they get, you know, between 30 and 40 degrees C. And this thing is somewhere hovering between 28 and 35, somewhere in there. So you can still touch it. It's not too hot to touch anymore. It's nice hand warm. And it ran all day long for several days last week and did just fine. So I'm real happy with the outcome. And again, a big thank you to Friedrich Electric in Bad König and dynoguy in the UK for figuring it all out. A big help. So yeah, YouTube can be, and the internet can be a helpful resource when it comes to trying to figure things out. And I'm going to put a little package together for Keith Rucker so that you know, he can archive this kind of info too, for future reference in case that, you know, he has somebody trying to figure out what's going on with theirs if they ever have encounter a problem like this as well. So anyway, hope that kind of answers some of you guys' questions out there, if you have any on that. If you have any other thoughts, comments, critiques, suggestions, or questions, by all means, put them in the comment section below. A little bit about dialogue back and forth is always appreciated. And hope to see you guys soon in the next video.